Rangers are facing fresh uncertainty behind the scenes as questions grow over the future of Director of Football Kevin Thelwell. After a summer defined by questionable recruitment decisions and the ill-fated appointment of Russel Martin, scrutiny around Thelwell's role has intensified. With the club now searching for yet another manager, tension appears to be mounting at Ibrox, and the spotlight has firmly turned toward the man who helped shape the current situation. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Henry Winter claims that Steven Gerrard isn't driven by money after he rejected the chance to return to Rangers. Winter was Gerrard's autobiography ghostwriter and recently weighed in on his future. One thing about Steven Gerrard is he's not driven by money, said Winter on X. He's driven by the possibility of trophies and working conditions that lead to that end. It now remains to be seen who will replace Russel Martin at Ibrox after Gerrard rejected the job. Being head coach of Rangers is not simply about tactical preparation of 11 men, continued Winter. It's about leadership, representing the club, about personality and presence. Looking the part and sounding the part. Making Rangers feared again. Even with all the changes with new owners, execs, etc., the particular demands of the role remain the same. A Rangers manager has to exude strength of character and purpose, especially given the pressure and scrutiny, and win. Steven Gerrard obviously has those qualities, but he turned down the chance of returning. Pity. It's a huge, demanding, challenging job. Rangers are a massive club, and it needs the right person leading in the dugout. Leading is key. Danny Roll, who did well under difficult circumstances at Sheffield Wednesday, is currently the favourite. Rangers returned to action after the international break on Saturday when they welcomed Dundee United to Ibrox in the Scottish Premiership. Now, Kevin Thelwell's position at Rangers is coming under mounting pressure, with senior figures at Ibrox reportedly questioning his future following a turbulent few months in charge of football operations. The Englishman, who joined the club from Everton earlier this summer, has faced widespread criticism from both inside and outside the club for what has been described as a disastrous start to his tenure. According to sources close to the situation, Thelwell's time in Glasgow has been overshadowed by a series of missteps, including an underwhelming summer transfer window and the ill-fated appointment of Russel Martin as manager. Martin's reign proved short-lived and deeply unpopular, ending in a sacking that left Rangers scrambling to find a replacement just weeks into the season. The mood among the Rangers' support has turned sharply against Thelwell, with many fans voicing anger over what they see as a string of poor decisions. Thelwell's had months to get this right, and we're somehow worse off than before, one fan remarked on social media. It's not just about the manager, it's the whole direction of the club right now. Internally, the discontent has reached the boardroom. It is understood that Thelwell has now been given a reduced role in the ongoing managerial search, with key decision-making shifting towards other senior figures at Ibrox. One insider suggested that the club could no longer afford to rely on Thelwell's judgment alone after the failures of the summer. Rangers' pursuit of a new manager has already proven frustrating. Both Steven Gerrard and Sean Dyche, who are seen as ideal candidates to restore stability and authority, turned down approaches. Gerrard, who held positive early talks over a potential return, ultimately rejected the chance to come back to Glasgow, a development that reportedly left the hierarchy furious. That was a deal that should have been done, said a source familiar with the negotiations. Thelwell couldn't get it over the line, and that's when patience really started to run out. The setback appears to have forced Rangers to reassess their entire recruitment approach. Former Sheffield Wednesday boss Danny Russel has now emerged as the front-runner to take the job, with the young German coach viewed as an appealing long-term option after his impressive stint at Hillsborough. However, the club is also exploring more experienced candidates, including former West Ham United and Croatian manager Slaven Bilic. Bilic, who last managed Saudi Pro League side Al Fateh before leaving in August 2024, is said to be keen on a return to European football. The veteran coach was also considered by West Ham earlier this year before they appointed Nuno Espirito Santo. Slaven's ready to get back into management, one close source explained. He's ambitious, motivated, and waiting for the right challenge. For Thelwell, however, the damage may already be done. With fan frustration at boiling point and the board growing uneasy about recent failures, his position looks increasingly precarious. "The pressure's on," said another insider. Thelwell came in promising a clear plan and better recruitment. Right now, it's hard to see where any of that's materialized. As Rangers continue their search for a new leader to steady the ship, attention will inevitably turn to whether Thelwell himself remains part of the club's long-term vision or becomes the next casualty of a chaotic few months at Ibrox. In other news, Ali McCoist reckons Derek McInnes and Stephen Robinson should both be in contention for the Rangers job. Hearts boss McInnes has been touted for the job along with various other candidates and has the capital side top of the Premiership currently. While the Tynecastle club are confident of keeping their man, with Steven Gerrard turning down the job, Rangers will be turning to other options. There has been less noise around Robinson, but he continues to quietly do a brilliant job at St Mirren and is another who is proven in the Scottish top flight. Fans of neither club will be able to breathe easily until someone else lands the Ibrox gig. And McCoist reckons both would be a safe bet. After a caller to TalkSport suggested the Premiership pair, McCoist replied, "I wouldn't disagree with that. There's nobody in Scotland who knows the Scottish game better than Derek. The job Stephen Robinson has done at St Mirren has been remarkable. I think the Rangers fans clearly want a good coach and a good manager in, but I think just as important, they need someone in the club that gets it. It doesn't need to the manager, but they need someone within the club that knows what it's about. I don't think we got that. I'm talking about people Rangers fans can relate to. They must know how important it is to get results and know the values of the club off the park. I think we need a good coach and manager to take us forward, but Rangers fans need a boost with someone who gets it." But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.